In my last video, I built an armory with all of Minecraft's weapons and armor, but right now it's empty. So my goal is to collect every armor trim from the most common to the rarest and put them all on God armor. The problem, there are 18 different armor trims, which means I'll need 18 full sets of diamond armor and a staggering 532 diamonds. When I started this challenge, I had no idea how long it would actually take to get 18 fully enchanted sets. That's one down out of 18. We can check it off our list in the armor trim scout book. But if you take a closer look, you'll see we actually have more than just one trim checked off already. That's because over the last few episodes in this world, I managed to collect 10 other armor trims, bringing our total to 11 out of 18. That's more than half, including some of the rare ones, like the bowl and flow trims from the trial chambers in the last video. Still, I've got a feeling the remaining 8 are going to be a lot harder to find. Now, there's no reason to wait, let's dive right into the trims and see how they look. As I mentioned, we'll need 18 fully maxed out armor sets to show off these trims in all their glory. I'm heading to my village trading hall because I know just the right people to help. If I grab some emeralds and talk to this guy here, he should have something special for me in his inventory. Trading with him for diamond armor saves us from mining, and they even come pre-enchanted, but those enchants are useless. Even though this guy speeds things up, he can only trade 4 sets a day. So I'm running an experiment on his soon-to-be friends. That way we can trade for more armor. First, I'll need a potion of weakness and golden apples for the curing process. Once they survive, it's all about leveling them up and trading for the rest of the diamond armor. That was the easy part. And honestly, you could argue that using villagers makes it all easy, but 18 sets of diamond armor means 4 pieces per set, so 76 pieces total, not counting all the books we'll need. Villagers still take time, and this took me a few days and nights. It's now the brink of night. I'm headed into the nether with every armor set and book I'll need to make god set. If you look above my hotbar, it says 178 levels, which sounds like a lot, but we'll need hundreds. I'll give you some numbers in a second. To get all that XP, I'll use my gold farm. Not only does it provide gold for bartering, but it also gives you a book you can't get from villagers, soul speed. We'll need those for fully maxed armor. At the gold farm, I'm going to enchant one item at a time since higher levels require more XP for each level. Here's the breakdown. About 50 levels for the helmet, 46 for the chestplate, around 60 for the leggings, and 71 for the boots. I realized I'd only made 17 sets, not 18, which meant heading back to base for one more set of books and armor to finish the job. Now we can finally put these on display, properly named, of course. I named them after medieval armor, can't guarantee accuracy, that's just what Google gave me. It took a while, but it was definitely worth it. Aside from being maxed out, the subtle glow will make the trims really pop. Now we have a few trims and colors to start with. But if you look at the list, I need 4 plus 1 extra so I can duplicate them. Like I mentioned, I'll need more diamonds. I've got a few ores in my ore box, and if I use my Fortune 3 pickaxe from my toolbox, we can hopefully triple these diamonds. It's only 40 diamonds, not much, but it's enough to get us started and check out a few of these armor trims. I'm taking the bugs so I can go in order. First up, Sentry armor trim. I'll need cobblestone to duplicate it. Now that we have 5, we can get out our first armor set. I haven't planned out this part either, but we'll need to choose a trim color. Tough choices, but I think green is the move. The chest plate looks like an emerald, so it makes sense. Since this is our first of 18, I have to try it on before moving on to the next one. I won't lie, it looks pretty nice. Off to a good start already, I feel good about this. We put the armor on its stand and move to the next Dune armor trim. This one needs sandstone to duplicate. And since it's called Dune, we have to go with gold. That's 2 out of 18. Let's keep rolling. Next is Coast, going with the blue, red for snout, and iron for eye, just for variety. For the tide armor trim from the Elder Guardian, I've already decided. Blue to match the ocean. They're looking good already. Next is Spire from the end. And of course, to stay true to its nature, we're picking purple. For Racer, I'm going with copper. The flow and bolt trims are rare, both from the trial chambers, so I'm using the copper for both as a tribute. If we zoom in on the bolt trim, you'll see we only have the chest plate, because we're already out of diamonds. And there are still plenty of trims to collect and duplicate. Although we need more diamonds, I want to prioritize collecting more trims. I'll start by grabbing some potions. I think will come in handy since I'm heading into the nether for the next armor trim. The one I'm after is the rib trim, found in the nether fortress chest. Hey, Bastion. Maybe I can find another trim here and check that off the list. Little did I know, I already had the Bastion trim. So I was risking my life for nothing. I didn't realize until after I raided it. Yes, I found it. Let me grab my book and check it off the book. Bro, I already had it? Are you kidding me? Even though I wasted some time, it took only a few more nether fortresses until... Yes! Dude, I finally got it. That took way too long. So glad I checked that off, but the grind isn't over. Now I need to go to the jungle temple. Hopefully that one won't take as long. Luckily, I found the jungle temple quickly. The only question was if it had the trim. And if by luck, the Minecraft lords rewarded me with not 1, but 2 armor trims. I'm not done yet. Next stop, Woodland Mansion. I had some leftover potions to speedrun the mansion and raid it. But no armor trims this time. But we made some friends, which is always a win. I did some research and thought about building tunnel machines, but realized I need ancient debris, which would take even longer than just strip mining. So I set 1 hour timer and started mining with Fortune 3. Try and guess how many diamonds I got in the comments. And while you're there, hit the like and subscribe. It's free and it really helps me out. Alright, time to mine the diamonds and see what the results are. For the big reveal, 2 stacks and 55. If you guess between that and 3 stacks, I'll give it to you. Now, we have 2 more armor trims to check out. We just need to duplicate them first. I started with the wild trim, and after considering a few options, went with the quartz for the color. Rib is probably one of my favorite trims, and I think it looks amazing in red. I have to try it on because it looks too nice not to. Wearing this set, especially in red, just feels powerful. After putting up the rib set, I headed over to another Woodland Mansion to try my luck again. With so many trims already collected at the start of this challenge, it's taken ages to get the rest. But I'm not giving up. I can see the finish line ahead. I found the Vex trim on my first try and even found another in the same mansion. I also discovered you can also use a resin as a trim, which pairs perfectly with the Vex armor trim. I mean, look at us, we look nice. And it's just a cool color. We can check that one off the list, which leaves us with just 5 more. Now I'm grabbing a brush and going treasure hunting. The host and shaper trims took a while. I had to be careful not to break any suspicious sand, which is tough, especially with an efficiency 5 netherite shovel. Wayfinder, on the other hand, wasn't hard to track down. After putting the trims on the armor, I felt like I was rounding third base, but the last 2 trims turned out to be the hardest. It took as much time to get all the other armor trims combined. Knowing I'd have to go to the ancient city, I prepared with potions, strength in case mobs attack, speed for a quick getaway, but most importantly, night vision. Those let me see in the dark. So after packing a full shulker box of supplies, which I thought would be enough, at the time, I was definitely underestimating. This was going to take way longer than I expected. I went to the sheep farm because I knew I'd need plenty of wool to stay as stealthy as possible. Then I headed over to Larry and Lana's base. If anyone could point me in the right direction to find multiple ancient cities, it was them. On my way to the first city, my life literally flashed before my eyes. If it weren't for my totem of undying, that would have been the end of the entire journey. I grabbed another totem from my shulker box and kept going. As soon as I stepped into the ancient city, I accidentally triggered a shrieker. Not a great start. I decided to play it safe, placing wool around the skull and breaking sensors to minimize the chance of summoning the Warden. But in hindsight, that was a terrible plan. It was slow, tedious, and something was bound to go wrong. Out of sheer panic, I rocketed away, taking heavy damage, but even then, I couldn't outrun the Warden's sonically charged beams. But it wasn't all in vain. Upstairs in my ender chest, I had something special waiting for me. The Warden trim. Luckily, I had the rare moment of being smart enough to store it in my ender chest. Not something I can usually say, so I re-geared. Decided to flex one of my new armor sets we just made and went with the coast set. I lowered my render distance to try and recover my lost items before they despawned, turned on hitboxes and started searching. When I finally spotted them, I had to crouch carefully to avoid alerting the Warden, but time was ticking, and some of my items despawned. Fortunately, I managed to grab the important ones and keep going for the silence trim. At this point, it was obvious. I wasn't going to be able to search in peace anymore. So I built a Warden alarm. Basically, a machine that constantly keeps one Warden's attention, preventing new ones from spawning. It worked successfully. I continued to raid more of the ancient city until something odd happened. But as I boxed myself in, I realized something. My chunk loader, that ender station chamber, wasn't even in the same chunk as the machine. So I tried to rebuild it and accidentally spawned another Warden. But I had a problem with this one as well. The Warden itself was triggering the sensors, keeping it from despawning. I had to sneak in and break the sensor if I wanted to fix the setup. This time, I was smarter, set my spawn nearby, sorted all my valuables, and went in with just my armor and a hoe. Yeah, that was terrifying. I tried making a sound machine to distract it, but no luck because eventually I just went for it. Broke the streaker, died a few times, tunneled to safety, rebuilt the machine, and finally finished the hunt. Yo. Sorry. I had to get my mic connected for this. No way. Sorry. I'm checking it. Who cares if there's sneak books in here? The silence armor trim. Holy cow. I've been doing this for hours. I think I've raided like 10 ancient cities. And we can get the hell out of here. Should I just check these in case? How crazy would it be if we got 2 in a row there? Alright. I honestly do not care about anything else. I just care about leaving this place, and I think I might have came in somewhere over here. Who cares? Okay, I'm gonna just get back to you guys once I'm back at base. I'm so excited. Like, I actually got this. Holy cow, okay. See you guys back at base. There we go. Our armor trim scout book is finally complete. Sentry, Dune, Coast, Wild, Rib, Snout, Eye, Vex, Tide, Spire, Wayfinder, Racer, Shaper, Host, Flow, Bolt, Ward, and Silence. I got the silence trim. Mission accomplished. But I wasn't done yet. I still needed to add Swift Sneak to all the leggings if I wanted max armor sets. But before going to do that, I wanted to put the Warden trim on an armor set. I went with the red because it just looks powerful and badass, just like the Warden. While I was showing you the armor trims, I was secretly just enchanting the rest of the leggings. All that's left now is the Warden trim. And for the Warden trim, I wanted to use the rarest material possible, ancient debris. So I headed to my creeper farm, made some TNT, and went mining. And like a total idiot, I dug straight down, and yeah, even with fire resistance in my inventory, it took me way too long to drink it. Let's just say my IQ took a hit from that one. I lost some gear, including my elytra and the Warden trim copies, but luckily netherite items don't burn. So I geared up again and went back, got all my items, and pushed through the finish line. This whole challenge taught me a lot. Mainly to plan twice, execute once. Patience over panic, if that's even possible for me, but it's a stepping stone I'm working towards. And honestly, the end result was worth it, because this new black armor combo looks sick.